See, I knew the rain would stop and the sun would come out. And it's out. And I think it's going to be sunny, partly sunny for the rest of the day. So I got that flashing in. I got both pieces in there. I've got both pieces in here, see? Remember, this piece goes across and up, and the one below it goes across and down. And I wanted a little bit of a clearance right in here and over here. And I've already started putting caulking in, and if you've noticed, I've actually put screws in here. Now, I've been using screws everywhere. I didn't have any roofing nails, and besides, I wanted to really suck this down tight, so I got the screw not only into the 3/4 inch plywood OSB subfloor, but I've got it where that 2x8 goes across here. I got it right on top of the 2x8, and that sucked it down tight, and I used longer screws there. I did the same thing over here, because remember, it was up high and then it dips down and then it goes back up, because I'm trying to channel the water into the middle of that. And so I ended up putting screws to try to keep this side tight, but then I had to put some screws in the back, and I used about, I think, 2.5 inch long screws to suck that down. I not only wanted this edge tight, that this part here was kind of going uphill slightly, so I wanted to suck it down tight, so I used some screws back in there for that. It worked out all right. And I used my DAP Extreme Stretch caulking, and I even caulked on this inside edge down here before I put my roofing material and stuff, just to give it another layer of, you know, if something happens, I've got it covered. And so I put caulking all up in there. I put it up underneath, and I've got just the first coat on there. I wanted to put 2 coats, so I'm starting to put the caulking, and there's only so much you can put in on the first coat, and I know I need to put a little bit more there. I've still got to put some over here, but see, once I got that in, I went ahead and caulked it down here and up there. I even went down next to the stucco where the floor tied into the concrete, the stucco wall. I just put a nice bead along there. Everything along there. I even did a little bit on top of that, and I got pretty much everything. Remember that flashing I cut and put in there? You can hardly even tell now, huh? Put it along there. Went up underneath there, and I still have to do a little bit more. I see right in there. I'll get that on my next go, and then I've got to get on the outside and stuff. And I still have to do the outside, but you know, I can do that outside later. My main thing is I want to get, see right in there, I want to get my flooring done. Then I can go out there at my leisure and caulk, and I may even repaint this edge. I put 2 coats on there, and I can see where there's a couple little areas that I still have to do, and see when and I can do that, you know. And when I caulked that, I could barely reach my caulk gun up there at an angle, and I couldn't get it all the way up perfect because I'm only 2.5 inches off the floor, you know. So I put it up there as tight as I could, and then before I ran my finger just just on the first time and try to push it all up there, it would spooge down below my finger. I went down just a little bit lower, and I did my finger once to get it pushed up there, and then I did it again a little bit more of an angle to push it right up in that joint. You don't want to do that the first time, because half of it is going to come down over your finger on the bottom side of your finger, especially when you're trying to caulk something that low. I was thinking about putting a little bit on my finger at a time and putting a little bit, putting a little bit more on my finger. I thought, phooey on that. I just put that up there as tight as I could, and then go at an angle to push it up a little bit, and then go at a little bit more of an angle. And even if you have to think you have to do it again, more of an angle, and that, what you're doing is pushing the caulking right up inside that inside edge. Okay, and that's what I wanted to do. And I got plenty of caulking. I've got an extra tube too. I wasn't sure how much I was going to use, and so I know I got more than enough caulking to do this. And I thought, you know, I'll just do one coat, let that dry a little bit while I'm doing something else. Then I'm going to do another bead up underneath. I'm just going to go around everywhere where I've done already and do it again. I was even thinking about, should I do right here where this flashing is? You know, I could, but I'm going to end up putting the roofing material on here, and then I'm going to put that webbing stuff over the top of that, and I'm going to put a couple coats on top of that. Nothing is ever going to get down there, so I really don't have to do anything on that flashing. I may end up putting a little bit of caulking over there, but again, that webbing stuff is going to go across from here on up, you know, and so that's going to be all covered up anyways. Okay, same thing with this edge. I thought, should I do this? Well, same thing. I've got the webbing, that cloth material going to put over there. I'll put that webbing stuff down too, and then the cloth material, and I'm going to have 3 or 4 coats of material on there. And Momi came back from her exercising, and as I was caulking, and she was noticing these, and she goes, "Are you going to do anything with these steps?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Are you going to treat them or something?" Because it had just rained, remember? And I thought, light bulb went off, like, hey, I should put 2 coats of primer on here right now. I was thinking, okay, you know, if this was in the middle of the summer, I wouldn't do that. I would patch all the cracks on this, float it, what I was planning on doing, and then I would prime over that. So that's why I never got around to priming that, because I'm not ready for these stairs just yet. But today I'm going to get the primer out again, and I'm just going to slap on 2 coats of primer on here. I'm not going to caulk anything yet. I'm just going to get those 2 coats on here just to kind of protect this in case it rains again before I get done with these stairs. Then as soon as I get done with this floor up to a certain point, you know, after today, tomorrow, then I'll come back over here, start scraping on these steps maybe, and cleaning up around the edges, and cleaning up these inside corners, these inside seams, and doing all that, and then coming back here and caulking all this. At least do that with my extreme stretch caulking. And that's why I got 2 tubes. And you know what? I don't think 2 tubes is going to be enough. I've still got some stuff to do in here, and then I'm going to have a little bit over a tube left, and I don't think I'm going to have enough, but that's okay. I'll have to go to the store and get some more. But at least I'll get all of this stuff caulked before I have to actually work on these steps, especially if it starts raining. If I can't get to this until later on, at least I know the inside corners are covered, and the outside edges of the stairs, so that when if and when it does rain, the water's gonna not seep down through there and get underneath my stairs and start mildewing and getting moisture down there, causing possible dry rot before I get to this. Okay, so I've got to remember that. Doesn't that look pretty good now, huh? Long time coming just to get up to this point. So I'll keep working. I've got one more coat of the caulking to do, and then I'm going to get into my Dura-Bright white elastomeric roof coating. Okay, I guess I'm ready to start using this stuff. Dura-Bright white elastomeric roof coating number 587. And I can't remember how runny this stuff is. I'm hoping I can just take it out of the can and put my little paint lid thing on here. We'll see. We'll see. I didn't know if I needed to mix it up once I got it open. I don't think I have to. With the paint stick. This stuff's supposed to be kind of thick and runny. And I have a feeling that it is. And I'm gonna put this on here just so I can use it. When I put this on, you just start from one edge, because I was looking at it before, and it says fits all paint can lids, and start here, push down corner of rim, and then finish on the other side. I was trying to put the whole thing on. So you just start right there, and then get it pushed on there like that. Let's just see. Yeah, see, this stuff's kind of runny. It's kind of like pancake batter. Okay, good. I think I can just use it right out of this can. I was thinking about pouring it right into my paint tray too, and I don't know, once I start I might try something like that too. I've got my webbing tape here, and I've got just some regular scissors. I can cut it with that. I've got some little tin snips. I can cut it with that. Same thing with this. I tried that with scissors, and yes, it cuts. It cuts pretty easy. And I got these. I didn't actually get them. Mommy got them at the hardware store. I thought, what are you going to use those for? These snips. I always use my regular tin snips, and I've got some regular tin snips, but they're pretty old. And I tried cutting it on this webbing stuff. Now, if you had sharp tin snips, you could cut it with that. But mine are kind of dull. I've had them probably, I don't know, 25 years. And they're still good enough to cut metal, but not fine things like carpet strands, stuff like this. It's not going to cut. Okay, so I don't know where I'm going to start at. Maybe I should just start right over there.